Klaus Veritu for subscribing to Ridox. I'll play Manu. Let's play Manu instead. I don't want to play Yakov because Yakov tends to play for very dry, very bullish, not bullish, sorry, very dry, very boring openings, playing for draws. And at 2800, like if I draw Yakov even 1 or 2, I'm just gonna lose a ton of points. So I don't really feel like playing Yakov at 2800 right now. Let's play Queen E7, Queen C5. Now I played a terrible game against Manu yesterday as well. Or not yesterday, so I played him in the simul and I played a really bad opening and was just lost right away. So I'd like to play a little bit better today if I can. Rook D8 and Rook D6 looks fine. Bullish? Yeah, bullish. No, maybe I'm thinking about Netflix earnings or something. Yeah, bullish is not the word I was thinking of. Queen F3. Oh, wait, what am I doing here? Why am I just... I guess I'll play Rook G8. He'll take. I'll take. Yeah, I mean, Yakov... Actually, it's not even so much at Yakov. Do I want to get creative? Let's get creative here and play something that I shouldn't do normally. Let's get creative. This probably is just terrible for me, but let's be creative. Yeah, Yakov plays for endgames, and there's nothing wrong with that, but he plays openings that are very, very drawish, very dry, that lead to endgames very often, so I don't really want to play games where I'm going to lose like 7 or 8 points for every draw against Yakov. That's why I don't really feel like playing Yakov right now. So I'm going to take, he'll take, I'll take. I've got 2 pieces and a pawn for the queen. Not enough material, but it's still something. I can play a6, kick the knight. Do I have bishop c4? Maybe just a6 and king d7, king c8 looks fine. I can play knight c8. I can maybe play f6. I don't really like g5. It's so bold. Bishop a2 also looks very bold. How do I do this? I guess I'll play knight c8 and knight d6. Makes sense. Am I playing in an event or just people today? I think I'm just playing against everybody today, basically. I'll go knight d6, f6, knight f6. F6 looks solid. Build up a nice little center here. Just run my king away. If queen h5, bishop f7, I think I'm just going to keep running. Get my king to safety. Still no threats. Knight c7, knight f6 aren't threats here. Let's play rook d8. Yeah, I mean, this is a very questionable sack, but maybe it'll work. Let's play knight d4. If he takes, I just take. I'm going to play king b8 so I can play c6 and not allow any little dirty tricks with a fork here on b6. I can always play c5. I don't love it. I don't believe he's playing c5 here because I can just move my knight and then I can put another knight on c6. So I'll play bishop. Oh, I missed knight c2. Oh, come on, Hikaru. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's go knight e6. He's got what? Queen h3, knight f4. Still tricky. Knight d5. Okay, now I'll go bishop g6. Hit the pawn on e4. Chess bait. Oh, and he fell for the tactic. He blundered the tactic that I was sitting on forever. The knight on e6 protects the rook in case he trades. Oh, wait, no, but wait, he can take the knight on e3. Okay, but he doesn't do this. It was still probably okay for white. Now white's just losing because e4 is too soft. Knight g5, I hit the pawn twice. He doesn't really have a mate threat here, and just the structure is way too solid. Everything's very solid here for black. Queen a3 wants queen e7. Do we go for another sack? Okay, bishop e4. There should be some way to stop this trick. Do we want to have more fun and sack more material? I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I guess I'll just take and play like rook c8 or rook g8 maybe. Actually, rook g8 looks like it holds too. And more importantly, knight covers the square, so there are no tricks with like takes and queen e6 hitting both rooks. So it looks pretty good. Someone says there's a 9-year-old kid streaming. Can you play him? Tikhon Chernev. Is that the Russian kid who got 40 something at Puzzle Rush? I think that's the Russian kid, isn't it? Who got 40? Did he get 45? I don't know. I saw some video of a Russian kid scoring somewhere in the 40s at Puzzle Rush. Is that him? It is him. Okay, yeah. Very talented. From what I saw of the Puzzle Rush, I was pretty impressed. Is there some issue with bishop e4? What am I missing? I've got a back rank mate. Okay, just goes knight e3. Not very concerning, just rook c3. How do I want to do this? I guess let's just go bishop c6. Keep the bishop on the diagonal, protect the pawn. Knight e4. King h2, let's play knight d6. Very solid. Everything here is extremely solid. Okay, now maybe just h5, kick the knight away. Knight f2, maybe rook c2. Now more threats on both sides. Oh no, sorry, takes would be a huge blunder, lose the game. Let's just go g5, try to open the diagonal. Oh my gosh, I blundered. Oh my gosh, he had queen h7. Oh my gosh. Oh, disgraceful. Anyway, I'm still doing fine, but ooh, that was ugly. Okay, I gotta be careful. I'm down on time here. King 8, maybe just rook a4, protect the pawn. I don't really want to give him this extra pawn. And b6 a5, go b6. Bishop e4 maybe. No checks, I take. Okay, I'm playing this really poorly. Okay, king b7, avoid any tricks. Maybe rook a2, a5, a4, knight c4. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to sack another. Okay, let's sack more. Let's do another sack here. A3, a2. What's going on here? A2. Maybe check. Maybe knight e4 check, knight c5. Check takes. GG, yo. GG. Queen check. GG. Gaga. Alright, that's one up. That was a very sack happy kind of game. Let's play knight c3 and f4, maybe knight f3. d4 takes, queen f2, bishop d3, bishop e3, castles. d5 I thought was slightly dubious here. Why was d5 slightly wrong? d5 is not supposed to be the right move here. I guess I'll just take and play bishop d3 and castles. Magneth Carlton says Bong Cloud. Maybe later. Maybe I'll play the Bong Cloud a little bit later. I don't want to castle and walk into some bishop c5 trick. Throw in a check. If bishop e6, I have f5. If knight e7, what is this? I have knight d. Whoa, what's going on here? If I play knight d5, what's going on? I'm hitting the queen. Okay, if I castle, he has queen a2. Maybe just knight c3, hit the queen, and just castles. And his king is so open here on d8 that this should be winning. Just castles. Knight e4, bishop c3. What? Excusez-moi? Let's go g6. How's it going, Chesbay? I love this song. It is a pretty good song. Let's just castle, maybe bishop g4, maybe knight c6, maybe just c5, even if he doesn't want d4. He plays h3 to prevent bishop g4 and then go d4, so I cut off this idea, knight d4. Knight e4, I can take on b3 and take on b2. Yeah, let's just take and take. Knight d5, knight c3 has come. b6 is coming, f5 is coming, bishop b7, knight c3. I have f5, knight g5, knight c3. Is this just a good old puzzle rush? But he's got bishop e7 at the end here. Okay, so I'll play rook e8, support the pawn first. Oh no, made it. Oh ho says, can I do a stream for the Bahamas, Caribbean, Rio, someplace like that with the beach in the background with this shirt? I don't know if I can oblige. But oh my gosh, I had h6 takes, rook e6, queen d5, hitting the bishop and hitting the rook. No bueno. E5 was a terrible move. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a stream from somewhere in the Caribbean, but I haven't had time to get out there. I've only been out in the Caribbean on cruises, so I haven't had a chance. Idar Goter says, how often do you live stream? You mean how often do I just? But what do you mean by live stream? You mean streaming like on Twitch, or you mean like a live? Like, I don't even understand the jargon what live stream means precisely. But I do stream on Twitch almost every day at the moment. It'll be much harder later in the year once I start traveling more, but for right now it's pretty good. Do I have e4 takes, queen d2? I think I've got e4 takes, rook d8. Knight d4. Do I have e3? Or I've got b6 to undermine the bishop. Oh no, b6 he goes queen c3. What am I thinking? Maybe knight b5? Yeah, let's go knight b5. Thank you, thank you, Nabris, for resubbing 2 months in a row. Thank you for the resub. J.R says, I mean, you are in Florida. That's basically the same as the Caribbean. I mean, it's kind of it's relatively similar to the Caribbean, but I mean, Florida is not Nassau, for example. Nassau's pretty amazing. Queen f4, so he's got queen f7. What is the threat if I take? He can take. Oh, he found a trick. Very nice trick by Manu here. Did I really just blunder here? Oh, shoot. Oh, man. What is... Am I just losing here? No, bishop... Oh, man. I guess I have to go bishop f6 because knight d4, he has queen f7, king h8, bishop d4. And then if I take with the queen, he has queen e8 mate. And if I take with the bishop, he has queen h7 mate. Unreal. Knight e4, bishop e5. I've also have rook e4 maybe. This is unreal. It's unbelievable. Guess I'm just gonna sack here and play like knight c3. I completely bungled this. d4 maybe b6 maybe knight c3. Thank you thank you, Arilmoj Goj, for subscribing with a tier 1 sub. Okay, queen e4 is a move, but I don't think it's right because now I can take and I still have bishop f5 at the end. No, man, I should have just taken with the rook. I don't know why I took with the queen. Because now, queen takes was just a blunder. Now I'm just up a piece. Okay, bishop f5. Obviously, finished development here. Queen b7. I'm close to being okay here. I'm not quite okay yet, but I'm almost there. Maybe... Okay, rook b8. Maybe not queen c8. Not knight e... Yeah, let's go knight e2 and queen c8 maybe. Thank you, Alcoin, for gifting a sub to Trika set. Thank you for the 11 gifted subs to the channel. Queen c8. If he trades, I take and the bishop hangs. If he checks, I have bishop e6 and I'm still hitting the bishop, and then I have knight c3 hitting the rook and the queen on e4, so it looks okay. I don't mind. Queen f3 though. Ah, he's got this trick. Knight c... Okay, I mean, he's got no time, so I just have to find a way to survive. That's all I have to do here. Maybe, how do I just survive? Let's just play knight f4. He's got no time, right? No, he's got no time. So I just have to survive for 8 seconds. Let's throw in a check. Let's throw in a rook f8. Throw in bishop f7. Takes. I mean, he's got no time, so this should be pretty safe. Takes, king f6. Maybe bishop e6. Rook c8. Maybe just takes and g5. I guess, yeah, g5 looks fine. d5, hit the rook. Just takes. No mate threats. Okay, now I run the king and now I just flag him. Or not. Oh my god. No, wait, no, oh, what am I doing? Gotta be careful. Super careful here. Check. c6. And he's got no time. Okay, perfect. a3, GG. Alright, that was way too close for comfort. Thank you, Chesbay, for giving a sub to the one and only Max Milnick, one of the mods in the channel. Thank you so much to Chesbay94 for gifting the sub to Maximus Milnius. Let's play e4 and d4. Play knight takes d4, bishop b4. I'll just take and go queen d4, hit the bishop, hit the pawn. That's just a free pawn, isn't it? e5, bad knight. Maybe just bishop d2. Ideas on the diag. Hold on. to what we've got. We've got each other. That's a lot. Give it a shot. Oh, halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Okay, so I'll go knight d5 and b6, f5 again. Now I go c4, but now knight f4 hits the pawn. b6 and bishop b7 is very strong here, as is bishop f5, as is knight e6 maybe. Just gotta come with the right concept here. No, bishop h3 is just asking for trouble. Knight e6 looks like the safest way to try and win a pawn if he moves the bishop. Okay, so now I take and I'll go b6. I've got two bishops here. I can play e6, break the structure, activate both bishops here on the diags. Just takes, and bishop f5 next move. I guess queen d6 of trade. I just play queen d5. Takes. Okay, king h8, knight d5. But now bishop f5. Bishops are active. They control key squares. Eventually, I'm probably going to make a queen on the a file. Maybe just rook d8 is logical here. I also have bishop h6 maybe, rook e8. I don't want to give knight c7. Bishop e4 looks good, hit the knight. Bishop c6 back, and then like king g8. Let's go king g8. I can also trade, but I want to keep both bishops. h6 knight f3 takes is obviously better for black, but it might not be enough. Okay, now I can take. I can also play rook d7. He's got no knight f6 as the bishop protects the rook. Knight e4 wants knight f6. I don't have to oblige him. Actually, f5 looks good. He just has no knight f6, so I cover the square twice. Knight g5. Let's just play rook e8. Cut off these ideas and play h6 next move. Do I have to take? I can also play rook d8. Bishop a6. I guess I'll just take and play like bishop a8. King f1. Now I can play h6. I can also play a5. I think I'll play h6 to kick the knight. And maybe bishop f8. I can take, but it's going to be hard to win that. So let's try to keep two bishops on the board here. Although this is not what I wanted to do, because now he's got knight c7 and knight f6. I guess king f7 and knight c7. I will just trade and play rook e7. So I've got rook e7. He'll take, obviously. Let's play rook e7. Okay, knight d5. Let's play like rook e6 maybe. Protect the pawn. a5 because the rook supports the pawn. If I get the bishop to c5, it's perfect. Hits the pawn. Protects the pawn on b6, and the b6 pawn protects the pawn on a5. Knight f4, maybe just rook c6, bishop c5, a4 is an idea as well. Okay, now I'll put the bishop on c5, support everything, throw in a check. Bad moves, he's gonna have to go back, so I get an extra tempo pretty much for free here. Maybe I play g5 and f4. I'll play g5, try to expand on the king's side. Okay, f4 I don't like by him. He's starting to create some weaknesses, so let's play maybe g4. Yeah, let's go g4. Try to create this dark square weakness long term on f4 here. Also, I'm down on time though, so I have to be a little bit careful here. But now I've got a passed h pawn running down the board, rook e2 if he ever goes king g2 as well. So this looks pretty good for me. So yes, you guys, since someone is asking, let's play h5. Bishop d4, rook c1 was good, but not enough to win. I'll go bishop d4 and rook e4, win the pawn. Knight is completely boxed here. No good squares for the knight anymore. I'm going to take on g2. This is really ugly for white. But yes, if we get to 2,500 subs by the end of April, I will do commentary on Norway chess. Rook f4, support the bishop. Pawn's going to g1. Just g3, g2, game over. Play c4, knight c3. But yeah, 2,500 subs by the end of at any point between now and the end of April. If you get 2,500 subs, I will be doing live commentary of Norway chess. Let's play f4, knight f3. Knight e4. Chessbase says, you adopting an Indian kid today? Maybe, I don't know. Manu's not exactly a bad player, I have to say. And I think from what I've heard, hasn't Manu improved a lot in the last like year or so? I feel like wasn't Manu like 2100 or something? I'm gonna go G6 Queen E2, Knight D6, Knight F6 threats. There are a lot of threats against the king on E8 here. I have Knight D6. I also have Knight F6 here. I also can just play Knight F3 and be standard. Knight D6 looks very attractive, but I don't know if it works. Let's get frisky here and play H4. He can take the pawn, obviously, but let's get frisky and have some fun. Let's go G3, hit the bishop, Knight F3. Now, if he castles, he opens up the king. He can play Knight B6, Bishop B5. I also have Knight F6 and Knight G5 coming. Wow, he just castles right into it, no fear. It's hard to believe this can be okay for black. Knight G5. Thank you, Pinnacle2341 for subscribing with Twitch Prime. I mean, this looks so bad for black. How can black be surviving here? Guess I'll just play D3. Okay, Manu is just showing no fear whatsoever. Now I'll go Knight G5. Of course, now with D3, I support the knight, so there are no ideas with sacking and winning material because I have the bishop on C1 that supports the knight. I also have Knight F7 and E6 coming because of all the threats against the king here, so I think this is close to lost for black. But yes, Manu I thought went from like 2100, 2400 in a very short period of time, so it is very impressive what Manu has done. Oh, let's just go Knight F7. He'll take, I'll take. I have E6. I also have Rook H7. I mean, E6 looks good. Do I want to play E6, or maybe what about maybe Queen E4 to hit the knight here? And this way I'm threatening to take the pawn on G6 here if he protects it with like Bishop B7. Aki's Chance is, what is Hikaru's favorite football team? I've rooted for a couple teams. I grew up originally being a Jets fan. The Jets were amazing at the end of the 90s with Vinny Testaverde, and who were the wide receivers at that time? I think it was like Wayne Corbett, and Curtis Martin was the running back. Actually, Curtis Martin is a pretty decent chess player from what I've heard. So in the late 90s, early 2000s, I was a Jets fan, and then I ended up becoming a Titans fan later on. I was a huge Steve McNair fan. Loved the Titans. Steve McNair, Aaron McNair was amazing, playing through all the pain and injuries, and with Eddie George, the running back, and then you had like Kevin Dyson and who else? I think there was the wide receiver, there was a tight end, Frank Wycheck, as well. So yeah, I was a big Titans fan in the early 2000s, but they couldn't beat the Ravens when it counted. So that was pretty upsetting. Let's go Bishop D2. Tesbay says, now Hikaru is a Broncos fan. You can tell by the orange ball. No, I'm not a Broncos fan. If anything, I would say I'm close to a Javon Curse, of course, in his rookie year, was that 99-2000? Didn't he have something insane like 16.5 sacks? But no, I don't root for the Broncos. If anything, I was so thrilled to see the or no, I have Queen C6. Yeah, I cut it off. I almost blundered for real there. Let's just castle. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. But no, I do not root for the Broncos. I was thrilled to see Peyton and the Broncos get the smackdown put on them by the Seattle Seahawks in 2016, was it? Or 15, 16, whatever the year was. I was so glad to see Peyton lose. As a Titans fan, I hated the Ravens and the Colts, so seeing Peyton lose, there's nothing better in the world. Though I will say, I will still root for Peyton over Tommy Boy any day of the week. I am not a Brady fan. Let's take and go checkmate. The next game, let's play G6, Bishop G7. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's play C6 and D5 or D6. Although I will say, speaking of the Seahawks, giving Russell Wilson this deal where he counts towards 20% of the cap is just absurd. Like, the Seahawks are not going to be competitive now because they can't put a good team around him. So I'm very disappointed in the Seahawks for giving Russell this ridiculously big contract. Let's just castle, play Rook E8, Bishop F8. Okay, let's play bishop c5 and takes. Maybe queen e7 or queen c7. I guess I'll go queen c7. Why not? a3. Let's just play a5. b4 I can take. Okay, now I have bishop d4. Maybe I just want to go to e7 though, so I can put the knight on a better square. Access to d4, f4, hit the knight. I guess c5 is better if I can get away with it, just because I can play a4 and plop the knight here permanently. Not a4 because then he takes and I lose the knight, so knight e6 obviously. But yeah, so I mean Broncos, no, I mean I'm not a fan of the Broncos. Signed Joe Flacco? Are you for real? Wow, I didn't know the Broncos signed Flacco. That's absurd. Yeah, I mean I do follow, basically I'll put it this way, I don't follow sports, but I know more about sports than like any average Joe. So I mean it's like I don't actually follow any of the major sports, but I know way too much anyway. So I think Eli got a pretty bad contract too. Let's not talk about Eli. Eli is the most overrated quarterback in the history of the NFL. I am not an Eli fan. I mean, how Eli has more Super Bowls than Eli has more Super Bowls than Peyton, which is just like, I mean, that's just wrong. There, in no world is Eli a better quarterback than Peyton. In no world on the planet is Eli a better quarterback. Okay, let's play bishop c5, hit the queen, trade queen d8. Oh, Peyton has 2 now. That's right. He got one with the Broncos. You're right. No world on this planet, and no planet in this world is Peyton, or not Peyton, is Eli as good as Peyton. Let's put it that way. Let's play bishop d4, knight c5. I just mean, come on, like Eli with 2 rings. Come on. I mean, let's be serious now. Let's play a4, fix a weakness here on b2 permanently. Eli equals clutch, Peyton equals choker. I mean, Eli did not deserve that win against the Patriots. He won because David Tyree caught the ball on his freaking helmet, which was just like absolutely absurd. Let's go queen a5, try to trade the queens. I mean, Eli did not win that game. He scrambled away from the sack, but David Tyree won that game by catching the ball on his freaking helmet. So let's just trade queens. I mean, like, let's Tyree catching a ball in his helmet doesn't mean clutch. I mean, that was all on David Tyree. David Tyree catching that ball was like the most ridiculous thing you'll ever see. That was actually similar to what you'd expect from Odell Beckham. That was an Odell Beckham kind of play. But that was not Eli. And yes, you're right. Both wins against the Patriots were on because of the defense, and Giants seem to be the only team that has a good enough defense to stop Tom Brady, it seems. So I mean, the Falcons did have a good enough defense until they collapsed, but yeah, just in general, let's play rook d8. Thank you, an anonymous cheer, for giving 400 bits. I see Aloni B says, you really do know more than any non-sport fan guy. I mean, I don't follow religiously, but I still know way too much. Okay, let's just play maybe queen d6. Try to infiltrate on the d file here. The knight is a golden god on a c5. Let's play queen d2 and rook d2 maybe. Queen f3. I think rook d3 just traps the queen. I see nothing along the f file. I think he's just lost. Yeah, that's game. Oba! Let's go again. Let's play knight f3. Okay, let's play e3, maybe c4 here. Okay, let's trade. I'll go bishop b5, maybe d4, maybe castles. Let's play d4, knight d4. You guys talking about fantasy? I mean, I like fantasy, but like I've stopped following it in recent years. I just don't have the time to follow fantasy appropriately. Try some new openings. Okay, you know what? Actually, I was told that I should do like a theme kind of stream at some point, so maybe I'll try to mix the openings up here. Although I need to avoid losing first. because I have gotten myself into a bad position this game. I guess I'll take and play knight d2. Trade, cd4, knight e4, knight f6 check. Takes. If takes, I take with check. If d3, I still take with check. Queen f6, just queen d2, I hit the pawn. He's got queen g6 maybe, or queen d6. But still, I think this pawn is a weakness, not a strength. I think I can put the rook on d4, rook on d1, f4. I think this pawn is weaker. I think I've got a good bishop. This pawn is not a strength, it's actually a weakness. Chris Bolt says, do I like Marvel? Of course I like Marvel. My favorite character probably would be Thor, I think. I would say Thor is the character I like the most. Iron Man is okay, but he's a little bit annoying at times. I can play rook c1, rook g4, and take. Now let's just go rook g4 and rook d4 and f4. Now I do have like bishop d4 maybe. I think I'll play h4 first. Megatron Logic says, Hikaru, you running the Boston Marathon? No, I've not. The Boston Marathon is extremely hard to get into unless you are running it for charity. So queen e6, let's play rook f4, threaten h6 to undermine the pawn structure here. And I'm probably going bishop d4 to collect the pawn on d3 next move. I had queen takes? Queen takes where? Where did I have queen takes? I'm confused. You guys are confusing me. I can play bishop d4. I can also play like e4, f3. I'm just gonna keep it simple with bishop d4 and e d4, I guess. No reason not to. Yeah, Boston Marathon I've never run, because the thing is, for Boston you have to run it on charity because the qualifying times are absurd. Even for my mom or my brother, who are they're both very serious runners, the qualifying times are obscene. I think to qualify for a male in the age range like 30 to 35, you have to run the marathon, and I want to say like 340, maybe 330. Like, you have to run it super fast, and I'm not capable of that in the first place. Do I want to sack? I always have a draw in my back pocket, so let's play it this way and take all the pawns. Let's gobble, gobble, gobble. Go rook d3, rook g3. Okay, let's check. Oh shoot, he's got queen b1 check, winning the rook. What am I doing? Okay, so let's take. Throw in a check. I can always grab another pawn. I can also play rook d3 here, maybe. Yeah, let's play rook d3 here, because on queen b1 check, king h2, I protect the rook, so he can't take my rook. Whereas if I leave the queen on h6 first, then he wins the rook on d3. I think I might still be winning here. I think I am actually still winning here. 3 hours from it, not even 3:30. 3 hours? I mean, come on. 3-hour marathon? Like, I mean, that's just obscene. Like, seriously, there's no way I would ever qualify for that, ever. And even for my mom, I think even for her, she's like 60. The qualifying time is still really low. So no, I've never run, and actually, if anything, I would never try to run the marathon. What I would say in terms of the marathon is that I would definitely I have queen f6 maybe. Oh shoot, he's got queen c1. Oh my gosh, what is this? Okay, let's make more checks. Let's make f4. I'm way up on the clock though, so I do have the clock in my favor, which is one good thing. That doesn't mean I'm gonna win, but the clock is in my favor. Let's. Oh, this is just disgusting. What did I do to this? I mangled this. Let's make a check. Okay, king h8, queen e5. Make a check. I mean, this is just gross. I have nothing. But I'm gonna try to flag him anyway, because I really have to. Let's go rook f3. I'm gonna have to flag him here. Let's make a check. But rook g3, he blundered, because now he loses the rook, so he has to go rook f7. And he blundered. Do I have rook g6? Maybe d6? Let's just go d6. Go check. But go here. Take and make a check. Make a check. Queen f3. Check. 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 There we go. He's got no time, so I should be able to flag him here. Let's go g4. Let's make more checks. And I can just outstall him. He has no move, so now I throw more checks, and that's GG. Let's go f5. Check. GG, yo. GG, my friend. All right. Okay, let's go again. Yeah, so what I was saying about the marathon before, I really misplaced that. Before I just started bungling the whole game and turning it into an absolute mess on the board, was what I was gonna say is that Vukor's online. I guess does Manu want to play to adoption or not? I mean, I'm willing to play Manu more than 10. Does he really want to play? Does he want to play more? Because I'm game to play him more. I'm definitely game to play Manu like another like 10 to 15 games. Okay, so Manu will play, yeah. Okay, what do you guys want? What opening do you want me to play? French or Caro-Kann? What do you guys want me to play? Which opening? I'm gonna make this a theme. French or Caro-Kann? What do you guys want me to play? I'm gonna start making this match a theme now. What do you guys want me to play? French or Caro-Kann? French, French, French. Okay. Oh yeah, the cathedral burned down yesterday, so of course I have to play the French. The cathedral burned down, so of course I have to play the French. That's not even a question. Play knight c6. Camel Clutcher says Caro-Kann. A little bit late, Camel. I'm just going to take with the knight, I guess, here. If he goes b4, just knight d7 is fine. I have g5, g4, I think. Undermining the knight, winning a pawn in the center. I think this is just really, really delicious for me. Let's take maybe h5, support the pawn in case he takes. Maybe just knight g6. Now h4 is a massive threat because the bishop has no squares on the diagonal. I think this might just be GG already. Tayep999 says Sicilian's just so much better though. French is an okay opening, but I would say about the French, I do not recommend playing it if you're below maybe 2000. I don't think the French is a good opening to play. I think it's a little bit too hard to understand the nuances. Okay, bishop f6, hit the knight on this diagonal here. But yeah, I would say I don't think you should play the French if you're below 2000. I think it's just too hard. Knight d4. I have e5 here. I can also play knight e5. Queen b6 is playable. I mean, everything is really good for me here. Let's just not like throw in a complete and utter lemon and spoil it. I'll play knight c6 next move. Try to trade off more pieces or open the diag even more. Although he's got knight d5, queen d5, queen f6, queen d4, and I protect the rook. Okay, so he does take. If I take, what's he have? Knight c6, bishop a1 is winning. No, I don't believe him. Queen f6, I just take and I protect. Takes, I just take the rook. He's got no threats. It's just winning. Let's just take. I have queen h5. Rook e6, I just take and go knight e7. He just resigns. Okay, we go again. Play knight f3. Play e3, b3. Okay, I mean, you know, with white it's harder to make it a theme, so let's just make it a theme with black. Take, play d4, knight d4, bishop e2. Okay, it plays bishop b4. Let's go bishop c3 and just take. Knight b4, just knight d2. I have a3. Kick the knight. Just a3, b4 looks good. Maybe knight b3. If a5, just b5 or even trade. Okay, knight e4, bishop d3 looks logical. Knight e5, I will just castle. Queen g6, do I have f3 here? Yeah, I think I do, because if bishop h3, I can play rook a2 to support the pawn. So he has to take on d3, so I'll take. And I think he's just lost, actually, because when he takes and moves the knight, I trade queens, and he loses the bishop, because he has no pin on the king. So I think he's just lost here. Okay, so let's keep sticking to the French, you guys. Play d5. Takes, knight f6, or... Okay, he wants to play for the good old draw with the exchange French. I'm gonna play something sketchy here that's not very good because I don't want to give him an easy draw and just play symmetrical. So, okay, bishop g4. Although this is not how you're supposed to play this as white. You're not supposed to put the bishop on b5 like this. Because this pin is kind of annoying. I can play a6. I think I'll just play rook c8 first and a6. Keep a6 in the pocket. Now I'll use a6. Play bishop g6. Or rook e8. Maybe just rook e8 first. Try to put pressure with knight f5 at some point. a3. Let's go knight a5 here. Try to activate the knight. Put pressure on both these pawns and the bishop. And then if he trades, he's got issues. I trade. Do I have takes in knight b3 or d4 or something? Thank you, Dangar10 for resubbing 2 months in a row. I can also just play, yeah, let's just play f6 and kick the knight. I have h5, but I don't really trust h5, so let's just go queen d7, put pressure on the knight. Now if queen f3, I do have h5, because if knight f6 takes, queen f6, I've got queen f5, and if he takes, same thing. Queen f5 doesn't make sense. Maybe I'll just, I want to move my king. Does knight f6 bother me? It could bother me. Knight d5 is actually a big threat here because it's check on the king. I don't want to go queen e6. I don't really want to go queen f5 either. How do I do this? Maybe... Yeah, I guess I'll just move my bishop. He plays bishop f4 to solidify. Okay, I will obviously trade. Now I have knight g6 or h5. Maybe knight b3. Maybe knight c4. Knight c4, queen f6. He's got queen f6 tricks. And I'm way down on the clock, so I really need to just focus. Let's just play knight f5. I just need to move quicker. Much quicker here. Now, if he moves the queen, I hit the pawn, so I'll pre-move rook e8 just in case he takes. Okay, obviously I have to move quicker. Knight b3 is definitely in the cards here, as is knight c4. Knight c4 I like more, put pressure. Knight b3, rook c2, I don't see how I win the pawns. I mean, maybe I'd rook c4, but then knight e3, rook d4, queen f5, and I'm down a piece, I think, at the end of that. Or no, I've got rook e1, then he's got rook c7, hitting the pawn. Very messy. I can go knight b2, or I can just take, I think. Okay, knight a4, now I just trade and go knight b5. Or wait, no, knight b5 has got knight c5, knight d4, knight e2. Knight d4, knight c7. I think I can just take, so I've got knight e2 at the end here. And if he takes, I take queen g3, I've got queen g7 at the end. I think this works. I think it works. So queen d4 I take and check. If he takes, I obviously check and take. If he takes, I take and I have queen g7. Yeah, I have queen g7 at the end here. So queen g3 check doesn't work, so I have queen, okay, plays it this order, I take, he takes. I take, but I've got a pass pawn here, so this should be winning. d4, d3 is very fast here. King c6. d3 is really, d3 takes, d2, knight covers, yes. Just the knight covers d4. Okay, let's go again. Why it's so serious is yes, it works. Yes, Mr. Mark Esserman himself of Mr. Boston is in the chat. Let's play bishop b2 and e3 and d4. I was watching a little bit of Mark's stream last night. It was interesting watching his comments about the Dutch and what I said many years ago about how I'm the only person who could play it. Which at the time I felt was fairly true, but chess has changed so much in the last couple of years that even if I said that then, it totally is not applicable anymore. I can trade. I can also play knight d4, bishop d4. Takes and bishop. Yeah, let's just have some fun. Okay, let's take. If he takes, I'll take with a bishop. If he takes, I go knight d4, and then I don't hang the rook on a1. Okay, so he does go for it. Okay, so I'll take. Maybe just... I should play for initiative. I have knight g5, queen h5, maybe? But queen f6, queen h5, h6, knight f7, king h7. I don't really see anything. I could also play like Topolov. Let's play like a Veselin Topolov and play for a positional counterplay here. Just get a big center here, and try to just win nicely. Okay, I guess I'll take and play knight e5. I've got another golden knight on e5 here. He's got a very bad bishop. Now I just need to be careful because d4 is slightly loose, but I think f4 makes sense just to lock down the center here. And now I can play like knight c3, knight e4. I also have knight c4, knight d6. Oh wait, that's just a free exchange, of course. He resigns. Next game. Okay, let's keep in tune with the French and play d5. Let's take with the pawn. Go bishop d6. Let's play c6 again. He'll trade or play knight c3. Either order works. But yeah, I mean, how has chess changed? Chess has changed in that everyone's capable of playing every opening, first of all, and not only are they capable of playing it, they usually play it well. Like everyone understands the structures. Like why am I listening to the Samsung song? Let's move ahead. Okay, let's move it along. So what I was gonna say is, yeah, so like the Dutch, for example, when I first started playing the Dutch at the top level in 2011, I think it was, there was no one else playing it, whereas now, like Fabiano's capable of playing it. I feel like there are other people who've done it too, and it's just, it doesn't have the shock and awe factor like it used to. I have knight f5 maybe, and I've got rook e8 check to hit the king. I guess I'll throw in the check first, and then... What is king d2? Excuse me? Weekends on the Jersey Shore. Now I'm hitting the bishop, I'm hitting the pawn. Somehow, I don't think this is actually as bad as it looks for white, oddly enough. Because he's going to get a queen h5 here. So maybe I take and go knight d4? Very, very tricky somehow. This is not as simple as it looks like it should be. Can play knight d4. Yeah, this is not trivial. Very weird. Very weird. Not simple at all. Okay, but I'm gonna take anyway and play f5. Or do I take? I guess I take and play f5 to cut the diagonal off. He still has queen h5. And then, okay, plays g3, which I think is wrong. Now I'll just play rook f8, solidify. Not worried if he takes. I activate my other bishop here. Oh, but he's got bishop c4, bishop c5, or e5. I guess e5 makes, or c5 makes the most sense, because e5 he had rook e1. What? Excuse me? No, that doesn't look right. Let's go again. Play more knight f3. b3. Go e3, d4. Play c4 and queen c2. Go bishop e2. I will castle. Hello, MF Dux of Suppicaru in the chat. Now, I assume I want d1 and e1. I don't think I'm ever playing for f3, so the rook should be best on these two files. And I'll play knight f1, knight g3. Open up the d file. The rooks are perfect here because I'm never playing for f3, so his rook is a little bit worse on e8 than it would be on d8, whereas my rooks have the perfect coordination. Let's play knight g3 and take. Okay, now I just take. He just blundered. Bishop b5, f5, knight f5. He's going to lose mass material here. Knight f5, knight d6, rook e8, GG. Let's go again. Oh, is Manu done? He might be done. I don't know if he wants to keep going. Come on, Manu, let's go. We got 6 more to go. It looks like Manu went offline, though. I don't see Manu, so I assume Manu's going to show up in the chat again. I'll wait to see if Manu shows up in the chat again. I mean, I really want to play him more. I'm not ready to stop. Oh, David chats. Yeah, Manu shows up in the chat to think you're playing card, but that was only 14 games. It wasn't 20. It wasn't 20. But anyway, that's how it goes sometimes. Anyway, you're very welcome. Hope you enjoyed the games at least. I know it's probably pretty painful, but hopefully you learned something from them. So hope you enjoyed the games.